welcome to Kids Menu. I am, as you know, Little Chef Ivy. Today I am going to be at this restaurant called George and the Dragon. I am going to interview the owner / chef, Stacey. So let's get started in a minute. Right now I am here in Minnesota with the owner, Stacey.
Hello.
And now I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So my first one is, how did you decide on your kids' menus?
Well, actually, I didn't write the kids menu. My son Paco wrote the kids menu. When we opened the restaurant, Paco was 7 years old, and he told me that he would like a job. And I said, well, how about if you're our kids menu consultant? And I gave him a piece of paper and a pen and told him to write down what he thought kids would like to eat on the kids menu. And so he did that.
So what are some of the things that Paco likes?
Well, our kids menu has macaroni and cheese on it, which I think most kids like. It also has eggs and rice, which when Paco was 7, that was his favorite thing to eat in the world. There's bangers and mash on there, which is a traditional English thing that you find in most pubs. So a banger is a sausage, and mash, of course, is mashed potatoes, and then that has a little bit of gravy on it as well. And we do a kids fish and chips, a kids cheeseburger, and there's other things that we can do for the kids menu as well. Oh, and I forgot, buttered noodles. When Paco was 7, that was probably his second favorite thing to eat.
Cool. So I have a question for you. Do you mostly have, do you also have like on the sides, or does it come with the kids menu like vegetables and fruits?
Yeah, that's a really great question. The kids menu does come with a side. So when you order something from the kids menu, say you're going to order the cheeseburger, you also get a side with that. You can get chips, which is the English way of saying French fries. You can get mashed potatoes. You could get rice. You can have fruit. We usually have, well, right now we have apples and blueberries available for our fruit. That's normally what we have in the restaurant. And then you can also get peas or green beans.
If you don't see any vegetables or fruits, you know you can ask for it. What do most kids like to order?
I think the most popular thing on the kids menu is probably the macaroni and cheese.
So I tried the mac and cheese and it was awesome. But I added a vegetable. So when kids come to your restaurant, and let's say one kid wants to order on the adults menu, how would you handle that?
Well, it kind of depends on what the kid wants to order. Like, say for example, a kid wants the fish and chips. The fish and chips on the kids menu is exactly the same as the one on the grown-ups menu. It's just a smaller size portion. So that's an easy one, right? And there's some items on there that, like we make a braised beef rib, for example, which is kind of like a roast beef. It's really tender, and we serve that with mashed potatoes and gravy and some green beans. We can do a smaller size portion of that as well for the kids. Some things, unfortunately, are a little bit harder. Like, for example, we have a steak on the menu that we call the St. George. Now, the St. George is a 10-ounce steak, so that's a pretty big one. Most kids can't take down a 10-ounce steak.
And a 10-ounce steak is way too big for this stomach. Yeah.
It'd be nice if I could give them half a steak, but then what am I going to do with the other half a steak?
True.
So you know what we do? We have a salad that has a steak on it that's smaller. And so sometimes if kids want steak, we'll give them a salad-sized steak. And the kids usually like that quite a bit. But there are a couple of things that are harder to do, like the steak, like I said, or we have a roast chicken. Roast chicken is a half a chicken, so you get the breast, the wing, the leg, and the thigh. Again, the same thing is true. If I take that order in half, I'll waste the other half of the order. So then sometimes we'll encourage kids, maybe you should share with your brother or sister, or share with your mom and dad. And that sometimes works out well too if there's a special item that they want that's harder to switch.
Yeah, it's just usually when I go to restaurants and I want to order on the adults menu, they usually don't have like smaller portions.
Yeah, that's hard to do in some restaurants. Our restaurant is a little bit easier with most things. Like I said, there's just a couple of things that are harder.
So what time do you prefer families to come?
We like families to come anytime. When we opened the restaurant, we live in the neighborhood where our restaurant is located. So when we were opening the restaurant, we thought what do we wish that this neighborhood had for a restaurant? And we thought, a place where kids can go and feel comfortable, where grown-ups can go and feel comfortable.
I think I got all my questions now.
Awesome. Well, I really enjoyed doing the interview with you. I think you've got a great future in food. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Well, I really like Italian food and I like pasta.
I love Italian food too. And I think it's great that you like to try so many things off the adult menu. Paco, when he was little, our son, he didn't really care for a lot of foods, but now that he's older, because he's 12 now, he likes to eat everything. He's tried some pretty weird food.
Like what?
Well, probably the weirdest thing that he's eaten is a lamb testicle.
That is disgustingly weird.
Yeah, that's kind of the face I made too. But you know what it tasted like?
What?
Sausage.
Sausage?
Yeah, it was no big deal.
I thought you were going to say chicken because everybody says, oh, alligator tastes like chicken. Oh, rabbit tastes like chicken. Oh, whatever.
That's true. Everybody says that. Have you ever eaten alligator?
No, I have eaten rabbit though.
I love rabbit. We served rabbit at our wedding when we got married.
Okay, so thank you for having me and answering all those questions. It was awesome meeting Stacey.
It was really great to meet you. I'm glad that you could come. Good luck with your food show. I'll be watching it. I'm really impressed with what you're doing. It's fantastic. Thanks, Ivy.
Bye-bye. See you later. Alligator.